Welcome your wedding guests with a sweet surprise. When they check in at their hotel, have a welcome bag ready for the front desk to hand over to them. I love welcome bags. They're great, and they tell me how much someone cares about me.
They do.
They do.
So you're saying like if there's only like a water bottle in there, they don't care about you.
Correct. Or like a partially used gift card to Applebee's. I am just not feeling the love.
You're not going to that wedding.
I'm not going. Well, I'm already there.
Well,
And they don't even have Applebee's in this market. So, like, what am I supposed to do here? Wasn't invited to the rehearsal dinner. Wasn't invited to the intro cocktails, which I thought everyone was invited to. All I got was a water bottle and a partially used Applebee's gift card.
That's tough.
That's a rough go.
It's a rough go.
Or alternatively, if someone were to give me like a sandwich and a bottle of wine, I would be like, wow, that is thoughtful.
So that's what it takes to impress you, is a sandwich and a bottle of wine?
Yeah.
Does it have to be a full-size bottle of wine, or can it be a mini-size bottle of wine?
I would prefer the full size.
But you're open.
Maybe.
You're open for bribery with a smaller bottle of wine.
Yeah, I guess. I prefer the full.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
That's good to know. Everybody who wants to impress you, I hope, is listening to this.
Yes. Not sure that they are, though. let's be real.
Let's be real. All right. So let's talk about real welcome bags.
Okay, so we're not doing welcome bags with a full bottle of wine and a sandwich.
Ew. Who wants like a sandwich that's been sitting in a welcome bag for a couple of days?
I mean, I'm not asking for like cheese or mayonnaise on it.
What do you want? Like a PB&J or something?
No, I mean, you can use a cured meat and that'd be fine.
All right. We're moving on.
Okay.
Let's talk about welcome bags.
No one wants to
Normal people welcome bags.
We just lost half our losers, half our listeners when I said mayonnaise.
Yeah.
It's a very divisive. I can't even speak today. It's a very divisive condiment. This is groundbreaking stuff here.
Please move on.
It's awkward now. Okay, so moving on. Welcome bags. How many do I need?
Well, this is
It's one of the stranger openings.
it's a little bit strange.
All right, we're going to power through it because welcome bags are an important thing and people always have a lot of questions about it.
They do, actually.
So let's be a professional and let's power through.
All right. So welcome bags. You need to reach out to your hotel block and you need to get a list of everybody who has a room at your block.
Fun fact, by the way, book your wedding block way in advance. Don't wait till the week before like I usually do and end up being surprised when you can't get in. Just random fun fact for you.
Like for the couples or for the guests?
For the guests, when you're a guest at a wedding.
Oh yeah, don't do anything Ryan does when it comes to being a guest.
Period. Or a planner.
Okay, so back to the hotel question. How many do you need? Typically, most people do one per room, but sometimes people want to do multiples per room if there's like a couple people staying there. So general rule is one per room.
Okay. Would you do it? I assume you would do it at every single block.
Yes.
If you have 3 hotels, you would go to 3 different hotels based on how many people booked.
Correct.
How does one distribute those?
When? It depends on your hotel. But typically you drop them off and they either distribute them at the front desk as people are checking in. They deliver them to their room or they deliver them to their room as kind of those 2 main options. You usually can't deliver it to their room. And if they're delivering it to your room, there's probably a fee associated with that.
Interesting. But you're driving all over town to drop these off.
Yeah, so I wouldn't do more than 2 or 3 room blocks because you can be driving everywhere.
Yeah. Which leads to my next question. What if someone isn't staying at that hotel, at the block?
I would say they don't get a welcome bag.
Because they went rogue.
Or
they forgot, like me.
Or they forgot like you. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Block at the block.
Book at the block?
Book at the block. Book at the block if you want a welcome bag and you want to feel appreciated like Ryan.
I think we're going to win an Emmy for this one.
This one is great. Thank you guys for listening.
Yes. Thank you guys for recommending us to the Emmys. They do podcasts now, right?
All right, moving on.
Does it cost money?
Sometimes. I would negotiate that when you're signing. I would ask that question when you're signing your contract for your hotel block and find out what is the fee if I have them delivered, at the front desk. What is the
that
fee?
makes sense. At least a gratuity for the bellhop, whoever's dropping them off. That makes sense.
At the front desk, though, sometimes they'll charge too.
Just to have them back there?
Yeah.
It's tough.
So make sure you know that up front.
Yeah.
Because some places charge anywhere from $2 to $5 a bag. So that could be a big extra cost
for sure.
at the end if you haven't thought about that.
Interesting. I guess it makes sense, though, because they might have limited space. And
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Staffing fees and all that good stuff.
That makes sense. So the bag itself, what should you include in it? Excuse me.
It really depends. I would say probably not a sandwich with mayonnaise, but
What about the whole bottle of wine?
I'm into that. I would say at a minimum, something sweet, something salty, something to hydrate, and then the bag itself. I like it when you include some kind of card, either like a thank you, welcome, schedule of events, something to kind of welcome people and thank them. I think that's super nice. I love it when people customize it a little bit more from there. Obviously, it can get very expensive, so it just depends on budget and what's left. But you can do like your favorite treats or maybe something from your local market. I know in Charlotte we have like Lance crackers and cheerwine and like fun things like that we can do. But that's a general idea of what to include.
All right. How much should I budget for it outside of if a hotel charges you?
So outside of the delivery fee, I would say starting at $5 bag and going upwards. I would say, things can get very expensive. But I would say on average $5 to $25 bag.
And the first thing that comes to mind is like a big box store like a Costco or Sam's or something. Is that where you send most of your couples? Because if you buy in bulk, you can get that cost per item down.
Yeah. Amazon.
Yeah.
And then it just depends how luxurious you want to get with what's included in the bag.
Okay.
Yeah. But some crackers, some candy, a water bottle, that's like a super nice bag. So you don't have to go crazy with it.
Okay. I mean, really, that is such a nice touch. And you really, I mean, all joking aside, like, I think that's such a nice touch. And just even having a bottle of water when you go into your hotel room and it costs $5 for a bottle of water, that's nice, especially after a wedding.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And like most people who are staying at the hotel have traveled all day before the wedding. Then they're there, during the wedding. And so having a couple bottles of water and some crackers or something. Advil is a great thing to throw in after a wedding if you are going to have some drinkers. So yeah, just a little something fun. It's a nice way to welcome your guests and truly treat them to a weekend and an experience.
Sure. When should you start making the bags? It sounds like that would be time consuming. Is it time consuming?
It can be. Maybe like 3 to 4 weeks before the wedding day and then finalize everything the week of.
Okay. That makes sense.
Usually your cutoff for your hotel block is 30 days before, so you should have a pretty final list at that point.
Oh, that's a good point.
So you can go ahead.
So you would know. It's
You can
okay.
go ahead and start. Sometimes, even if you have a general estimate, you're going to have about 25 rooms. Maybe you make 30 bags and have a few extra bags. But you can go ahead and at least get started ordering and getting everything in and separating it out and little assembly line of putting them together.
Yeah. So as far as like personalization, like how can you personalize a welcome bag?
So I think this can go back to what we talked about where it's like, each of your favorite salty snacks or each of your favorite, just snacks in general, favorite drinks. So you can really personalize it to you guys as a couple. You could include a favor here, like a koozie. That could be a good way to personalize it, or like like a little door sign or something along luggage tag, different things along that, different things like that. And then the bag itself, you can personalize. I've seen ones with like, here in Charlotte with like North Carolina state on it, or the couple's names on the bag, or you could just do like a paper bag with like a cute sticker, maybe again that monogram or design that you maybe had on your invitation that's now going through all of your paper goods could be a good place to put it here on the welcome bag as well. So those are some different ways to personalize. Got it.
And then and those North Carolina bags, those are really cool.
Yeah.
I also like your idea of putting in like not an itinerary, sure, but like just like a list of your favorite places. Like we like to go to Topgolf, or we like to go to the Mint Museum, or whatever it is here in Charlotte. That's a nice touch because people have some downtime. especially if they're not in the wedding,
Yeah.
that they can go and kind of see the favorite things of their couple. And I think that's a nice touch that costs nothing.
That costs nothing. I actually had a couple that just did cute little folders and had like the itinerary for the weekend and all their favorite spots, and that was like perfect. People loved that because it gave people something to do and it gave them information about the city. I mean, if they're staying at the hotel, they're most likely not local, so they're not going to know like where the best restaurants are or what to do with their time. So why not give them the suggestions of your favorite things? It's just an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit easier and nicer for your guests.
Yeah. Plus, it makes them feel more connected.
Yeah.
So does each bag need to be different?
No. I think most of the time you're not.
It'd be hard to execute, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's going to cost you more money at the hotel for sure if you have personalized bags.
Right.
Like,
because
if this bag has to go to the Roberts, then that's going to cost you more than just like dropping off every bag in the hotel block. So no, each bag does not need to be different. Even if you put 2 water bottles in and a room has 4 people, it's a thought that counts.
Right.
So I don't think you have to do that. You certainly can if you want to, but it's extra work on you and it's probably going to be extra cost.
Yeah, which makes sense. So what other city specific stuff can you put besides, your favorite spots, or is there anything else that you can include there?
Yeah, I would Google, if you don't know, like anything that's like made locally in your market. Like I know there's like some honey companies here locally and like different things like that you can do that are like North Carolina or Charlotte specific, or wherever you live. You can also get like local magazines of like things to do, like happenings. Sometimes those are free or sometimes a small cost. So that can be a fun thing to include. But I think anything, a postcard, like anything local to your specific market is like a nice way to incorporate it, especially if you have a lot of out of town guests.
Perfect. Well, as always, as our couples are continuing to plan, what are some of the best next steps for them?
Get your rooming list from your hotel and then begin ordering supplies for the bags. And don't forget the bags themselves.
Easy peasy.